In 24 hours
So recently Jonas uploaded this awesome video about making 50 games in one day.
50 games in 8 hours means 10 minutes per game. That is pretty crazy. Let's start the timer for the first.
And then this
Before I show you the last game, I want to call you all out. Can you make 50 games in one day? If you make a video like this, I will link it in the end card of this video. I doubt any of you will be brave enough.
So you think I'm not brave enough to do this? I will prove you wrong. I will make 50 games in one day and live stream everything. Bam! I started this challenge with one of the easiest games I could come up with. Accidentally, this is also the first game Jonas created, but that's a coincidence. You gotta avoid falling objects with your paddle, but even this small game took me 25 minutes to create, and this was the first sign for a very long day. Yeah, here we have, it's a very simple, basic, lame game. The game 2 was a very simple click the button game. For the third game, I recycled my first one, but now you have to catch the balls. In game 4, you have to juggle bouncing balls. And then it was time to switch the settings for the next game, where you got to juggle one ball while your pet is rotating. The start is the hardest part, but yeah, I like it. That's nice. Afterwards, I created this horrible pinball game which doesn't work at all and was a complete failure. And we have a new horrible game, which is kind of working. I mean, it's it's really bad, but hey. So it was time for some more juggling in the next two games, where you move the pad and the cube at the same time, but one of them is randomly moving in different directions. And yes, these games were as bad as they look. It was time to move on, so Flappy Bird. I made a Flappy Bird with cubes, one with pipes, one where you can hold down space, one where you need to tap space, and one where you got to collect items. After not one, not two, not three, but 4 different Flappy Bird games, I went on to make something completely new. I put a lot of those sticks into the scene and connected them with joints. Afterwards, I let some balls fall through this and called it a game. No, totally wrong. Okay, yeah, I guess we have almost a game. That's a beautiful game, and you probably can't win it, but hey. Yeah! I mean, I'm still sucking at this game. And I'm at -3 right now, which is pretty bad. Let's see if this changed anything. And this is my favorite of this small game series. I mean, it's not good, but you can see what this could be, possibly. And that's what I like. Next, I created this little robot which you got to try to maneuver to the exit. And yes, this is just like my rope break game. In the next game I wanted to make this robot swim, but this failed really bad. Still a game. To spice the graphics up, I drew this beautiful car and made a few games with it. Ah, yeah, that's a good idea. I should just release it on Google Play and then I will see if people are willing. Oh, Next, I wanted to use some joints to create this little chain for a variety of games. Like this dodging balls game. And another one. Or this collecting balls game. And another one. Gotta try. Oh, nice. Oh, I think this is one of the best games so far. That's nice. So, have to avoid the enemy and collect points. This is nice. I have tried to collect the points with the green side while avoiding enemies with the red side. Nope, this is the bad side. I don't like it. This is... oh no. Nope. Yeah, this is green. I also made this double stick game so it's only rotating when you're moving horizontally. It's not so bad, and it's surprisingly different from the last one actually. I didn't thought that this would be so different actually. Huh. This gives me an idea. So I also did the same with the triangle. Then I made a little top-down shooter. Time to move on. I wanted to use the Unity animation system, so I created this little game. So this is game number 33, and I already failed it. You probably know where I got my inspiration from. It's called The Impossible Game, and this has some reasons. This is game 34. Look at this beautiful game. Sweet. 15 more days. Not more days, no more games to go. Bam, bam. My animation games were done, and game 36 ended up to be a very crappy platformer. I mean, most of my games were very crappy, but this one will be very high on the ladder of crappiness. 6 now. A little jumping. And then the creative game developer I am, I had the awesome idea to make a reaction test. Wow, I'm so fast. Of course I did more than just one reaction game. Let's do it again. This awesome game. Come on. What do we have? Nope, 2. So, game number 40, another reaction game. Then I did some speed cubing for absolutely no reason and made the most boring game ever. Amazing. Clicker game. For the kids I made this awesome spinning wheel, which ended up with the most dramatic scene of the entire stream. Fine, I will do it again. Come on. Can't be too difficult to win this wheel. Let's go. It's looking good. No, it's way too less. Maybe. Nailed it. Also, I made this. I don't even know how to call it. And it was time for some self-praise, since no one else was praising me. Oh, awesome. Where do you come up with all these great ideas? You are such a creative person. Afterwards, I went back to some good old shooting games. Let's go for game 44. Yeah, it's working. We have game 45, which is this little game where you have to click. Wow, it's really difficult. Make me happy. Worship me. Okay. Oh. As I mentioned, it's almost like the last game, but it's different. So it's another game. 4 games left. And let me tell you, at this point I've been streaming for over 10 hours and slowly went crazy. And maybe I was also a little bit angry at Jonas for inventing this stupid challenge. Short disclaimer, almost no snail was hurt during the following clips. But here are the stream highlights for my last 4 games. I don't want to do this anymore. You see, I can't even type anymore. It's so sad. I'm damn. Let's load some snails. Yeah, that's a game. I call it Torture the Snail. I love this game. It's one of my best. Torture the Snail. Now available on Google Play Store. Torture the Snail. Yeah. Let's go for Torture the Snail 2. The best game available now. Yeah, I should make a VR version of Torture the Snail. Torture the Snail VR. Game 48, right? Oh, only 2 more baby. I'm almost done. Are we able to win this game of snail basketball now? Wow. Yes. Snail bonking. I will just keep torturing the snail. Torturing the snail is just fair. This is our playground for Torture the Snail 3. The adventure of the torture snail. Why are there two snails? Oh, this gives me the perfect idea for the next game. Oh, I have the perfect last game. Torture the snail so it will have more pain before it falls into lava and burns to death. Perfect. It's time for the last. Game number 50. Or as other people would call it, Torture the Snail 4. The more torture, the better. I think we should be good to go. Let's see. Okay, yeah. I crashed Unity. The torture was too much. Unity couldn't handle this at all. This is exactly what I expected. Game 50. I want it to be finished now. Game number 50 is officially done. Torture the Snails for Endless Torture is done. We can now torture the snails to have fun. Oh boy, let me tell you, this is fun. Way more fun than creating 50 games in just one day. And now we have this beautiful last game where our goal is to torture these snails as long as possible before they all fall into the lava. This is the perfect summary for my last 11 hours, 30 minutes, 50 games, one day. Stay home because Corona is a fucking bitch and we want to stop it. I'm done and I'm out. So these were my 50 games for the 50 games in a day challenge. It took me, including breaks, 11 hours and 30 minutes. And I was really happy when I was finally done. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and leave a comment. And if you liked it, then you should also like this video. And then I like you. My learnings from this challenge were: first, simple games look much better in 3D than in 2D. Second, making 50 games a day is really exhausting and you shouldn't do this. Third, live streaming and time pressure and game development altogether is extremely difficult and I will definitely don't do this again. But if you want to see every single minute of my 11 hours and 30 minutes, then the live stream is online. Just go to my channel, to my playlist, and you will find it. I hope I see you in the next video. So until then, I say bye bye.